are here in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the United States for the NAB, which is the National Association of Broadcasters show. We do have representatives and the chief executives of radio stations from Nigeria attending this event.
My name is Susan Obi.
Yeah.
I work with the National Broadcasting Commission.
That's right. Okay, you are the body that regulates the practice of broadcasting in Nigeria.
That is what my commission does.
That's right. So what's your role in the commission?
I'm a Chief Monitoring Officer.
Chief Monitoring Officer.
In one of the commission's 10 zones, I belong to the Enugu zone.
Enugu zone. Next to her is the Managing Director, that's the Chief Executive of Joy FM, the private radio station.
My name is Christabel, Ojay, Iyanya.
All right. And then next is the Director of News, Voice of Nigeria.
Ahaziah Suleiman.
That's right. You are from a kind of specialized station because you're still on shortwave.
Yes.
And you broadcast outside Nigeria.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a Voice of Nigeria. Next is another operative of the National Broadcasting Commission. That's right.
Yes. Mercy Idenyi. I'm from Sokoto Zonal Office, Chief Monitoring Officer.
Okay. Let's start with you as the Director of News, Voice of Nigeria. You still broadcast on shortwave.
Yes.
Do people still listen to radio on shortwave now?
Very much in Nigeria, but of course our mandate is not to broadcast to Nigerians within Nigeria. Our target audience, Africans in the diaspora and the rest of the world. Given the stories from a Nigerian and African perspective as against what the West propagates. And so, to your question directly, lot of people listen to shortwave radio. I know the end thing now is the FM broadcast, but still, very much, particularly if you look at the northern part of this country, every day millions are tuned to international broadcast coming from either the BBC, the VOA, Deutsche Welle, Radio China, and the rest of them. And for that, shortwave broadcast is here to stay and will be with us for a very, very long time today.
Yeah, so this is a very specialized area. There are ardent people who are shortwave listeners,
Yeah.
and they keep listening to it. Let's talk to Christabel, the CEO of Joy FM. Joy FM is one of the most popular privately owned radio stations in Nigeria, isn't it?
No. In my zone.
Yes.
In the North Central zone.
Yeah.
Because radio stations in Nigeria, we don't cover the country as a whole, divided into zones.
Yes.
And I'm in the North Central zone. In North Central zone, yes, we are highly listened to.
Okay. Where is your base in the North Central zone?
My base is in Benue State, and in Benue State is in Otukpo. Otukpo is about 100 kilometers from the state capital, which is Makurdi.
Yes. And how far from Abuja?
About 4 hours drive from Abuja.
Wow. What is your motivation for coming for this conference?
Well, this is a place where I could meet other fellow broadcasters, rub minds with them. I've been attending the broadcast management conferences just to expose myself, learn more of what my senior colleagues have been doing in the years past.
You are broadcasting essentially to the Nigerian audience, and I know that basically because of low usage of internet resources, pretty still low bandwidth that Nigeria gets. The internet is not so fast there, but coming to events like this, how has it affected your use of a technology, modern technology in the broadcasting Joy FM?
Well, apart from internet, which is a little bit problematic due to the region where we are, I think I don't see anything so different from what we are doing, because we are fully digitized as it is now, and we compete favorably. I've come here, looked at equipment, and I see that we are not far behind. No.
Yes.
We are not.
Okay. Yeah, we'll still get back to you. National Broadcasting Commission is the regulatory body, and I do know that there has been a lot of efforts in the not too distant past to digitize the Nigerian broadcasting industry, radio and television. How far has that gone? Yeah?
Well, we've been having sensitization sessions throughout the zones. Today, the Kaduna Zonal Office had a forum for broadcasters in the state and in the zone covering, we have about 4 states in Kaduna Zonal Office, comprising of Jigawa, Kano, Kaduna, and Katsina. So today, and Enugu had theirs sometime last year. This by 27th of this month, Sokoto Zonal Office too will be having a forum sensitizing the public and the various stations about the transition to digital broadcasting. Like the GM FM, Joy FM said, several stations now in Nigeria are digitized, and several are undergoing in the process of getting it done. So the NBC is doing a lot to meet the target date of 1st January 2015.
Yes, as I do know that Voice of Nigeria has kind of been in the forefront, of introducing new media, computerizing the newsroom and stuff like that. Now, but looking at the area of letting Nigerians, especially those in diaspora, like you said, that should be your, some of your target audience to know about what's going on in the station. What have you done in that area? Because a lot of Nigerians outside Nigeria still don't listen to Voice of Nigeria.
Well, maybe as a result of the varieties and the kind of the timing difference between Nigeria and some of these countries, as development's efforts to digitize, I'm happy and proud to say today that Voice of Nigeria is the first radio station in sub-Saharan Africa to fully digitize. Our transmission station in Ikorodu, not Ikorodu, in Lugbe, Abuja, is fully digitized, and if you ask us to switch over today, we will switch over to digital broadcasting. We run test transmission every day for 1.5 hours on DRM mode, which is a digital mode to Europe and North Africa, every day, 1.5 hours. So I think every other station will key into what we have done in Voice of Nigeria. We are ready. If the NBC says tomorrow we are switching over, Voice of Nigeria is ready. And by the time we will start full digital broadcast, listeners outside Nigeria, Nigerians and Africans in the diaspora, will have a way of listening to us clearly. Today we combine both the analog and the digital mode. We also audio stream, and as you rightly said earlier, the bandwidth problem in Nigeria is affecting our audio streaming. When you tune to us, you want to listen to us live on audio streaming, it keeps breaking. By the time the bandwidth in the country is increased, I think we will have every Nigerian outside, is the end thing now. You don't have to look for transistor radio on your PC, on your handset, everywhere you can listen to our station. But we are getting there. By 2015, we hope that everything will be in place for us to fully go digital.
Yes. Now, Joy FM is one of the, of course, private stations, like we said earlier. What is the position now? Is it lucrative running a private broadcast station in Nigeria?
For our location, it is not. We are not located in the state capital, and it affects our adverts, because most of the media agencies want to use stations that are in the state capital, and we are not in the state capital. So I can say for me, it is not lucrative. I think for the purpose, the essence of that station being situated in Otukpo as it is just to give our people a voice to talk, and then create employment for the locals, expose them to radio, entertainment, news. They get news as fast as we can, because our slogan is first in news, first in entertainment. We try to capture every strata of the society. We give the youth music. That is what they want to listen. Give them music. We give the elderly ones the kind of programs they want. Where the radio station is situated is predominantly a farming zone. We have programs for the farmers, for the traders, for the students, for the children. We try to entertain everybody. Before Joy FM came into that area, we were virtually locked out. We hardly receive any radio station there, except if you have to listen. You have to tune to FRCN, and not too many people know about FRCN.
I was in the 80s. Sorry to cut you off. But just to buttress, to buttress the point you're making now. In the 80s, when I used to do request shows on Radio Nigeria Lagos, I used to get almost 1/3 of my requests from that part of the country. So you're right. Former Benue, that is now partly Kogi State, Otukpo, Dekina, all those areas, Ayangba. So, but you don't have to have a radio station in the city to get the commercials there. All you need to do is have a commercial office there in the city.
No. The agencies look at your reach, your audience. They just have, they have this belief that you have to be in the state capital, in the city, for people to listen to you. You have to be in the city. In the city, you have more listeners than you have in the suburb or in the rural area. But I don't think that is correct. People listen to the station that gives them what they want. Once you give them what they want and they are able to receive you, that's it. That is it for them. But I think we are still talking to the agencies. They should review. They should try to review. Because now what they do is the rate. But thank God, in our zone, which is the North Central zone, I think we are rated the highest. So they are trying now to see how they can patronize us. The patronage is better than when we started. When we started, it was 0 for the first 2, 3, 4 years.
Wow.
It was not easy.
And you kept going.
Yeah, we kept going.
Yeah.
We kept going.
Now let's talk about the regulatory control of the NBC on the media houses. How do you handle issues that sometimes have to do with interference from politicians? You have certain expectations from a radio station, and they can't meet these, and not because the operatives don't want to do it, but because this is different. It runs counter to the political agenda of the government in power.
Well, the NBC has a code, which we call the Nigeria Broadcasting Code, which all practitioners and stakeholders in the broadcast industry should abide by. Issues of interference is a breach, is a violation of the code, and when it occurs, the practitioners know that. They should know that the NBC would sanction them. Recently, there was a meeting. A meeting was held in headquarters, in the headquarters of the NBC, with station chief executives, and one of the issues that was at
Transcorp Hilton.
Yeah, Transcorp Hilton, and this is one of the issues that was deliberated on, and the station executives talked about why. Well, most of them denied that the politicians were interfering in the administration of their stations, but then the NBC made the point of the code clear. I mean, made their stance clear that it will not tolerate a violation of the code, and it's expected that operatives will abide by the code.
Yeah. Let's look at this issue, because while Christabel was talking, she mentioned something about getting the people involved. Mr. Suleiman, I want us to look at the Nigerians abroad, because there are just so many of them, in Europe, in America, everywhere. Has there been any involvement of VON in mobilizing them, letting them to, or VON itself being able to go and capture some of the activities of Nigerians abroad? Because there are lots of cultural activities and such things going on there.
Well, for now, due to poor funding, I will tell you clearly, apart from South Africa in Pretoria, we don't have offices across the globe, but we do programs that will help galvanize Nigerians wherever they are, if they would take their time to listen to Voice of Nigeria. As a matter of fact, as we are even speaking now, while here in Las Vegas, I received a mail from Pakistan, the Nigerian embassy there. They sent me a story of their activities, and like that, where we have contacts, they send us voice, pictures, and other material from the activities abroad for the listening pleasure of Nigerians abroad. We have some agreement. In the past, we had a program where we wanted Nigerians in Atlanta to join us, to kind of have a joint production. Chief Adetunji was spearheading that, but that has not come to fruition, where we would have had joint productions, and they will relay Voice of Nigeria programs from some local stations that they are run by some African Americans.
Wow.
That has not come to be.
Yeah, that sounds exciting to me.
Yeah, we're still working on it. By the time he comes back to Nigeria, Voice of Nigeria with his group will see the Nigerian Minister of Information for the agreement to be sealed. I think that will be what will be needed in America for Africans and Nigerians in the diaspora to key in and listen to programs that are going on in Nigeria.
That would be quite nice.
Yeah, it will. Because I do believe that Nigerians need to be sensitized a lot about, efforts of the government. Because if you just rely on what is going out in the informal media, you will never get to know what the government is doing, and you believe that nothing is happening.
Today, generally, there's that big challenge: the conventional media versus the new media and the social media, particularly. Which one to believe?
Yes, and this is this is going to be like mutual. Actually, I do not want to be gotten wrong from this. It's not like government pushing out information to people, but government being able to use that medium to listen to what people are saying. That's why I said.
Tell people what they are doing.
The challenge now is between the new media and the conventional media. The major challenge is who scrutinizes what they push on air.
Nobody.
Is it professional? How will you believe? How authentic is their source? And we are trained journalists. We have our ethics. and we do follow them. There are certain things that are injurious to the listener, to the viewer, that we have to avoid, but tell the story as it is. There's no holdbacks these days. If you hold it, somebody else will tell it. Yes, they are giving us a fight for our money, giving us a run for our money,
for our business.
But again, you have to sift and know which one to believe. The trained journalist, conventional journalist, will tell you the story and tell you in a way that it will not hurt your feeling. There are some feeble hearts, and once you expose certain things to them the way you don't like it, somebody will collapse and die. You may show somebody that you know and see on TV. So those are the kind of challenges new media versus the conventional media faces. So I believe people should believe more in the conventional media. Thank you.
Yeah, so I would let you guys go. Now I know this is really interesting, but it actually goes to show that there are lots of activities every day in the media in Nigeria, and new developments, new challenges coming up, and that the media has very strong regulation too. People don't just go there and do whatever they like, and there is need for Nigerians all over the world to identify more with the media, because that's the only way. That cross-fertilization of ideas between the government and the people who have got more experiences by traveling out, that's the only way to get these things across.
Yeah.
You know. So we thank you all for taking time off your busy schedule at the NAB show in Las Vegas to be part of this chat.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Imagine unified codecs that work seamlessly together to... How does it work? Well,